Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Automation Empire. My name is Arctic Wolf, and this is Season 2, Episode 13. In our last episode, we set up these trains. We got rid of our trucks and got trains. So, in today's episode, first, iCards, upper right, you know the deal. Last episode, up there. Anyway, in today's episode, we are going to start working towards unlocking the monorail and the oil. In today's episode, we are going to start working towards unlocking the monorail and the oil, which means we need to adjust what we've got going on over here to accommodate for, first of all, some ionized capacitors. Right? Oh, we need mega fuel. We also need ethanol for... It's like we gotta get monorail last. Just the way that the recipe, what the recipe requires, 24,000. That's more than the rockets. Okay, so let's start by going towards the oil, because we need the oil to get ethanol, and we also need the farming to get ethanol, which requires oil as a resource to unlock. So the gold fuel to a science bay somewhere. I don't think we have, well, we do have science, and we got gold fuel going to science. Don't we? I bet we do, but it... Okay, what's going on in here? We need gold. Looking. Let's check this out. Ah, we need gold. Okay. This is all the gold we're getting on the entire map. We may need to break this into two minecart tracks, because it's just going so far to come down here and get all this and then come back. We may just want to have that drop it off in a bin here and then have this one bring it into the building. Yeah. I'm going to do that, set that up real quick. I will catch in with you guys in a second. Okay, and I'm back, and I've got this made. It's nothing special. I just broke the track. I put a bin somewhere where it would fit, and then made sure that both tracks can connect to the bin. Made sure that my arrows are pointing the right way on my feeders, and it should be good to go. So I'm going to watch this go for a minute and see how it does. Yeah, that's what I was afraid was happening. The minecart track is getting completely filled up from just them first ones. So that was coming through here and not picking anything up from these miners out here, so it was only getting about half the gold we could possibly be getting. Okay, well, I've been sitting here watching the research go for quite a while. As you can see here, we've reached our goal for researching 100 gold fuel, which didn't actually take that long near at all. We've also reached our goal of 12,000 output. So now all we're waiting for is the 2 million science to accumulate in these science bays here. And then we'll be able to unlock oil. And when we unlock the oil, we have these nodes right here. And then I believe there's some up here. And these nodes right here for oil. We'll probably tie into these ones over here first. Whoa, come on, work with me here, map. There we go. We'll tie into these ones. We'll run it. I don't know where. Probably just make a building right here. All we need to do is suck it out of the ground and sell it, and it's worth a whole bunch of money. Now look at this. Oil. Just oil. Not even refined or anything. 2,480. It doesn't weigh as much, but that's fine. We'll work with that later. Oh, we do have to process it in a refiner. Okay. That's no big deal. Okay, so we just have to refine it. We don't have to combine it or anything else. That'll be easy. So I'm just going to wait for the science to happen, and when that gets done, we'll start with our oil project. So we'll see you in a bit. Alright, I've been sitting here babysitting these science labs for a while now, and we finally have the 2 million that we need to unlock the oil. So there it is. So let's get this going. We're gonna, let's see, there's our oil here. Yeah, we're just gonna minecart it down here, put a building, and we'll send it over, and we'll allocate some of this train station for oil. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the time lapse. And we're back. I hope you enjoyed that little time lapse. I'm sorry if it was jumping all over the place a little bit. I think I'm getting better at this game because it's not taking me near as long to figure out how to do these builds, and I'm being able to complete them faster and more efficiently. So I don't know if that's just because I've been playing for so long or what, but I like it. Plus, having all this technology unlocked makes it really easy. I don't have to fiddle with, the step conveyors and routing things around and stuff. It's just plop one of these little assemblies in. But we got oil coming in from both sides into the main building. It's getting processed through a refiner into the crude oil, into the regular oil, and that's going out via minecart to the train. And we have converted the front part. Yeah, you can see them filling up now. The front part of these two train stations are oil. This will be our steel plates, and then this is gold fuel up here. It'll work. It'll be fine. I did notice we've got a shortage of coal happening back here. See, our iron's full, but the coal is empty. And you come back here and look. Yep, this coal is full. Okay, that means we're just not cooking it fast enough. That can be fixed. Let's go ahead. I'll do that right now. And I'll come right back when it's all done. Okay, I'm back. I added these 3 ovens. Didn't take hardly anything at all. Like 2 minutes. But now we got another 3 ovens here cooking coal. That tub is starting to go down. This tub is starting to fill up. Everything's working great. Let's see what that does to our steel plates production. Because it looks like we got everything waiting on steel plates over here. I'd like to see both of these bins filled up, but that one empty. That means we're making them as fast as we can. Alright, everything's looking good. So we've got the oil going now. We need to start researching the oil. So let's figure out a place to put that. We can now cut this research out. So let's pause and then claim all of this. Alright, now I gotta delete this claw track into there, this claw track up to there, this building and all of this. And then I'll put in a building. I don't need a building, I just need to grab the oil as it comes by here, and I can dump it into the science right here. So we'll drop that track down to the ground, pick it up for some science. If it's full, it'll just keep going. That'll work great. Okay, we have a plan. Alright, this shouldn't take too long, so probably throw this into a time lapse. So here we go. So this is my expandable science array. It's also bendable and flexible, and you can change it and rearrange it and stuff. You can extend it, and if you take this bent right here and you go this way, one more section. I discovered that, let's see, two of these little pipes, this little pipe, and then you go a bucket, a small bucket, a 3 long transfer, and then another small bucket. If that power pole wasn't in the way, hold on. Let me move these over. There we go. There and there. There we go. Alright, and then back to what I was talking about. You get a small bucket at the end there, and then another small transfer tube. And then this line will be exactly lined up with the other side there. So from this edge of this bucket to this edge of this bucket is the same width as one of your research bays. But if you want them to be able to be fed, you got to go this way. I mean, I could probably shorten this by 2 on one or the other of these, but I like it to look like it's symmetrical, so I just go long pipe, little bucket, long pipe, little bucket, and then every other one attaches the science modules. And you can stagger this, like if I was to do this, I could move this one down to here, and then I would have to get rid of all this. Hold on. Like that, and then like that, and then I can just put them in like that, and now they're staggered. I can get rid of these ones. And then it makes it look like you're not even wasting a bucket. They all have a bucket that they're going to feed. But it's irrelevant. That doesn't matter because this is all one big storage bin, no matter how it looks. All of these are connected. It's going to be instantaneous transfer to all of them. So unpause the game. And that's going that way with an empty load. Why has it got some in it? I don't understand that. Anyway, I want him going the other direction, don't I? Yes, I do. Alright. So we're going to watch this empty off right here. Should completely empty everything the first go around. But now we're researching the oil. And we have one more science bay than we had last time. And I'm probably going to extend this down to the minecart track here. Alright, so that's extended all the way down to there. They're all working. When they're all full and all them storage bins are full, we'll start selling the oil. Let's come over here and check on our steel plates. Well, we're cooking more of the coal, but we still don't have a backup of the coal. Which means we could make more. Luckily for us, there's 5 more coal nodes right there. And 3 more iron. And then back here we have 3 more iron and 3 more coal and 6 more oil. So we'll be tapping into all of that fairly soon here. We're going to need that stuff to make the ionized capacitors, and what else are we going to need even? Okay, we need steel plates, cold fuel. We're currently researching oil. Okay. After we get farming, we'll be able to make the grains, and then we need to research the mixed grain meal, which is the red and the green, yeah, mixed together. So that's grain meal. What is the recipe for carbon? Coal and water and a refiner for carbon. Mix that with the grain meal to get carbon meal. That seems like a lot of work for something that's not that expensive and doesn't sell that well. It's not as heavy. Like, I get 1 step for the oil, but I guess this doesn't require anything but coal for your resource. So if you compare it to that, it's a little bit better than that. But in order for this to be worth it, it needs to be as good as this plus this, because them are the 2 ingredients that it requires. So we're looking at $15.50 for selling just the grain meal, and if you don't mix it with the grain meal, the carbon is actually more expensive than the carbon meal. So why would you ever do anything more with this carbon? Once you got it to this point, why would you mix it with something to devalue it? I just, I don't get it. That should be worth a lot more. Unless you get, I misclicked there. Let me look at the recipe again, because it doesn't tell you how many. So I'm assuming that 1 and 1 gives you 2, just like all the other recipes in the game. So you got something that's worth 1,500 and something that's worth $2,900. You get 1 of each. That's $34.50 total. And then divide that by 2. Is 17, $34.50 divided by 2 is $17.25. So it's $225 better, and that's with a 20% bonus. So once that bonus is gone, this is not worth it to make, or it's equivalent exactly to this plus that. Which, I mean, if I'm making an extra step and I'm spending power and resources to do the extra step, then it's not really worth it. So we will not be making carbon meal. There is just no point to it. Like, it's not required for any of the upgrades or anything. Nope, we're just not going to do it. We need to make ethanol, so let's take a look at ethanol. The recipe for ethanol will be the red grain plus oil. That's easy. And ethanol is one of the ingredients in mega fuel. We got the ethanol plus the gold fuel with some water to make the mega fuel, and that's your most expensive thing. We're already making the gold fuel. Got plenty of that. So once we get... So now let's look over here. Like, if we didn't have to make capacitors to unlock the rockets and the ionized capacitors, I would probably not even bother. It's iron plus gold for the recipe for capacitors, and then you cook the capacitors with some water to make them ionized. It's very easy. I don't understand why the ionized capacitors are heavier. They're a whole kilogram per crate heavier. I don't know why. Maybe it's infused with water. I don't know. But they're worth more. That makes sense. There's an extra step. So it's like these were made to work right, but I don't understand why carbon meal even is a thing. Like the green grass and the red grass. Okay, you've refined those into the green grain and the red grain. Gotcha. That's all processed to get to the grain meal, which is an ingredient for ethanol. All of that tracks. There's no use for carbon meal. It's not a requirement for any research. And it's just not even better than just selling the initial components. So we're going to avoid that. Unless there's some kind of reason to make it that I'm not seeing, we're going to avoid it. But hey, we got some stuff done today. We got research done. We got our oil set up, going. So now both of our trains are... Oh, is it paused? No. No, they're moving, just not very quickly. Now, that's one thing I did notice with this game, is the further zoomed out you are, the slower things move. The more stuff you have on just in your field of view, like if you're looking off this way, looking at everything moves slow. But if you go like this, it'll start moving real fast. You see that difference? That's just the way the game works with rendering. Like if there's other stuff going on in the background, it takes more to render. And these saves are starting to take quite a while to load in because of that. There's so much going on screen when I load in. I'm usually centered right in the middle of the map, and it's just a lot going on, and it's like But hey, look at that. They're almost full. So I'll just let this run in between episodes. Let these all fill up. And then let that start getting out to the railroads out there to start selling the oil. But that's going to have to do it for us today, everybody. Thank you all for stopping by. Hit the thumbs up button if you did like the video. If you're enjoying the whole series and you like what I'm doing with my channel and all that, hit the subscribe button. Every single one helps. And you people have a wonderful day. Thank you for stopping by. We will catch you next time. Arctic Wolf out.